Alright, what is up, guys? We're back with another video. Just got back from O'Reilly's to pick something up for the 240. The past couple days have been very eventful for the 240. I just haven't been recording, unfortunately, but I'll run over everything that's happened. Nothing major, nothing crazy, just little things that are making big differences. So, yeah, I'm going to run over what has been done to it, and then I'm going to get to an installation on it. So, yeah, guys, this should be a pretty good video today. So, stay tuned. Alright, so I have actually a couple video clips of things that have happened to the car. I have the video of the first time the car has started since I bought it. I can insert that right here. Couple pumps. Bro, this car runs for $700. $700. So yeah, that was its first time running. Wasn't anything crazy. I cut the clip short because after that, that was just like a chillax night at the house with one of my friends. We were just getting the car running, and I started talking to my parents through the door. So I just didn't feel like putting all that in the video. But since then, haven't really gotten any video clips. I actually do have one clip of the car actually moving. Literally from the driveway into the garage. But if you guys just want to hear curious what it sounds like, I will put that here. So yeah, that's how it sounds. Nothing crazy. It's literally the stock exhaust with a resonator delete. I don't know who decided to do a resonator delete and keep the stock muffler, but it sounds pretty bad. But the motor is in good shape, so that's what's important. We'll worry about getting all that. Obviously, I'm going to go stereotypical 240 person and buy ISR blast pipes because I'm a butthurt for blast pipes. That's why I put them on the G35. And then, actually, hold on one second. I have a list of all this stuff so I cannot be as cluttered. So I will go read off of that, and then I will get to what we're doing next. So I'm going to go to the list. Okay, so we're here at the good old whiteboard. We got a list of everything that has been done to the S14. So right now, $40, $40. Wow. $400 for the car, $60 for the tow. That was A&P towed my car back to my house. And then $130 for the locksmith. We paid $80.45 for the ignition, which was actually a pretty key part because I had no key, no pun intended. $129.75 for a new battery, new oil, and coolant, which I still have a lot of that coolant left over because all I did was add to the reservoir. I'm going to do a flush eventually. I'm not too worried about that right now because the car doesn't roll very well. So I'll worry about all that crazy stuff once the car is ready for the road and ready to run for decent amounts of time. Paid $17.07 for plugs and a stud, which I did already replace, and then $1.90 for a new key. I had one key came with the ignition that I bought, and then I went to Walmart, got another key cut. So I paid $14.97 for what I just bought, which I will tell you guys about that in a second. Okay, so, alright. So all of that has added up to $819.17, plus I don't have the $14.97 added in, so 19 plus 14 and 20, 30, 832 some odd dollars. So I'm about in 830 bucks right now. and making good progress. Literally every time I work on the car's getting better. So I'm super hyped, but today I want to finally start actually showing you guys what's going on, because I've been like really slacking on recording, which sucks because there's been some good things happening to the 240. So yeah, now that I have talked over everything, told you guys how much I'm into it, I'm going to kind of recap like what I have actually done, apart from just the parts that I put in it, just kind of like what's happened, and then we'll get to this little installation. So yeah. Alright guys, so recap. Got oil, got a battery, got coolant, got the ignition, it ran, put fuel system cleaner in it, gum out, complete fuel system cleaner, put premium in it, didn't drive it anymore, put it all in that blue gas can right there, and let the engine idle for 30 minutes just to see if it could clean anything out. Unfortunately, after like half throttle, it breaks up. Don't know why. Still got to figure that out. But the other problem I had was that, okay, this car is a 4-lug, and whenever this wheel right here, that is the rear right, since I know it's probably flip-flopped in the video, it was like wobbling a lot, and I don't think I have a video of that. I had it on the Snapchat, but I don't think I saved it. If I did save it, I'll put it right here. If I didn't save it, then I'm just gonna keep talking. So, I talked to one of my friends that was a mechanic, and he said it's probably because you're missing a stud, and it's a 4-lug, so there's a decent bit of area that's not like tightened down. So I went and bought a new stud, got that stud out. It was a pain in the ass. I didn't have a torch to heat it up to get it out. So what we ended up doing was using a lighter and a can of Axe, and heated it up, pounded it out, worked perfectly fine. So if you guys ever find yourself without a torch and have some ignorant studs that won't get out, torch and Axe. But yeah, other than that, we replaced the spark plugs. We used, what was it, NGK Platinum? Yep, NGK G-Power Platinum spark plugs, because you got to get the stuff that's made in Japan. Other than that, a fuel filter. So right here, I got a MicroGuard Premium fuel filter. We don't mess with none of that base stuff. So yeah, today I'm going to be putting in the MicroGuard Premium fuel filter, because I'm going to go ahead and guess that this fuel filter right here is absolutely wrecked. It's like, I don't even know if it's ever been replaced. It probably hasn't been. And this is a 22-year-old car, so that's probably disgusting. So I'm going to go ahead and get on the process of taking that out. I will walk you guys through that process, and we'll see if it runs, or, you know, responds to throttle any better than it did before. Alright guys, so the first step in this process is obviously going to be locating your fuel filter. Luckily for me, I've watched a couple videos just to make sure I know what I'm doing. And this is my fuel filter right here. Okay, looked at it from the wrong direction. So the fuel is coming from the tank up the bottom, out the top, into this hard line that takes it around here and through the fuel rail to all the injectors. So what I'm going to have to do to start this process is I have to find my fuel pump fuse. You have to disconnect that and then turn on the car until the car dies out because it's not getting any fuel, so that once you take that hose clamp off and get the hose off, get both of the hoses off, fuel's not going to be going everywhere, because that's just annoying. So, alright guys, found the fuse. I thought it was actually going to be in the fuse box that was under the hood, but it actually turned out to be the one under here, under the dash in the kick box. This is it right here if you're wondering what it looks like. That is a blue 15 amp. I'll also show you guys this diagram. In case you guys need it, you can take a screenshot or pause the video. But if I can point at which one it was, you can see this blank one. Ooh, I'm trying to block the light. It's that blank one right there. It's 3 from the bottom. There's 2. So there's a 7.5 and a 10 right there. And it's the one right above that. As you can see, there's the 10, 7.5, and the fuel pump, which is the blue 15. So now that that is out, I can go ahead and turn the car on until it dies, and then we will get rid of this old fuel filter. Alright guys, got the fuse out, like I said just a second ago. Now I'm going to turn the car on, and I'm kind of curious to see how long it takes for the car to die out. So I'm also curious to see how long it takes it to turn on. So here we go. Alrighty. Well, that might have actually just pumped the rest of the, just like kind of sucked in the rest of the fuel. I guess there wasn't too much in there to begin with, because it normally would have turned on by then. I'll try one more time, but if it doesn't turn on, I'll go ahead and get to disconnecting those hoses. Yeah, no, it's not even trying to fire up. So, alrighty, looks like we got all of the fuel out of that motor, out of this little KA24, and hopefully, especially out of those hoses, because I'm about to take those off. And yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like once that's out. I'm gonna put a little towel, little shop rag underneath it, just in case a bunch of fuel starts coming out. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, that was easier than I thought. So on to getting the fuel pump out. The fuel pump, the fuel filter. Okay guys, after a couple minutes of struggling with this, got the first hose off. It's right here. Unfortunately, there's still like fuel in the system, but I got the hose up like this. It's not coming out. There's still a good, actually, like bit of fuel. I don't know if you can see it in the old filter. I don't know why it was so hard to get off. I had to like spray some liquid wrench kind of on it and move the hose up and down. Alright guys, so I'm editing this video right now and just wanted to put this quick little bit of information in there. The reason it was so hard for me to get the hoses off of the fuel filter and the fact that there was still gas in there was because I did not unscrew my gas cap. That's something you need to do to get rid of the suction, and I think it allows more flow when you go back to turn on the car after pulling the pump fuse. I'm not sure if it would have gotten rid of the gas, but I know it would have made it a lot easier to get those hoses off. So when you guys are doing this, make sure that after you pull out your fuse for the fuel pump, you open up your gas door and unscrew the cap, because it will make things 10 times easier. It goes up and down, and then it finally slid off. But now I should be able to get this, get that out of its little mount, which should expose the screw right there. And I'm dumping fuel out of there, so I'm gonna get a rag. But yeah, I should be able to take that screw off, loosen that hose clamp, and take this filter out, get the new one in, get it hooked up, and see how it runs after that. So I'm gonna do that right quick. Sorry I don't have anyone to film while I'm actually doing this stuff. I'm by myself right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this filter replaced right quick, and we'll see how long it takes. It's 5:19 right now, actually 5:20. So we'll see how long it takes. And just like that, guys, the new fuel filter is in. Both of the lines are connected. The hose clamps are tightened down. It took me exactly 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go throw that other fuse back in, probably wash my hands because I'm disgusting, and then I'll start the car back up, let it warm up for a second, and then give it a couple braps and see how she responds. Hopefully this will fix my issue. If it doesn't, the next thing to go for is the injectors. So hopefully I don't have to go to that, but if I do, it's another thing I get to learn. And yeah guys, I'm gonna go wash my hands and then I'll pop that fuse back in and we'll see how she runs. Alright guys, fuse is back in, keys in the ignition, but let's see how it runs now. Okay, so off the bat, literally this is a cold start. This hasn't been turned on in about 24 hours. It sounds a lot better already, honestly. It's been sitting here for a minute or two, and just gave it a second to warm up. Don't worry about the gauges. Gauges aren't working. Like I said, I have no electronics in the car right now because I don't really know why. So yeah, let's see what it does. Idle just went down by a good bit. It kind of sounds like it wants to like die every time it comes back down from being revved. Yeah, y'all hear that? Now it always would let me rev like that, but it's when I give it like a... Yep. Okay, so it's still doing it. Not too big of a deal. It's always good to change a fuel filter, just in case, but yeah, it's always good to change a fuel filter. So yeah, guys, that should conclude this video. New fuel filters in. It still does its little hesitation. It's a lot better though, but it's still there nonetheless. If you guys found this video helpful or just liked it, leave a like. If you guys know what this might be, my next thing to do now is to clean the injectors. That's the last thing I could think. The spark wires look new. The spark plugs are new. The fuel filter is new. So yeah, I gotta figure out my other options. My other options, I guess, would be fuel pump and the injectors. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. But yeah, guys, that should conclude this video. Make sure you guys subscribe for more content on the S14. But until we get to these injectors, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Conscious.